question for you guys today. So, how many of you guys play a musical instrument? How many of you guys want to play a musical instrument in the future? Well, regardless of your guys' answer, you came to the right place and right time, because I'm going to be informing you of the benefits that comes with playing an instrument. So I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Playing an instrument is hard. Learning the concepts is hard. Why? Because you have the notes that you have to remember. These are technically not all the notes. You also have the fingerings you got to remember and got to know how to play an actual note. So those are the fingerings for, I don't know, I don't play that, a clarinet maybe? I don't know, an oboe? An oboe? Every instrument has its own fingerings and they're not so similar from one to the other. You also gotta learn the beats. How many counts are in a measure? How long are you gonna actually play that note for? And you actually have to learn the technique of the instrument. So what character do you want to play the piece in? How slow or how fast you want to play, and how loud and how not loud you want to play. You also have tons of sheet music to memorize. Tons of sheet music to memorize. And that does not come with the technique or whatever, that just comes with your memorization. And it's better to memorize sheet music than just play it and be reading it while you're playing it. Although it produces intimidation, looking at all those things, it also makes you more patient and it gives you more perseverance, because in the finale, when you play your musical instrument, you feel good about it because the audience is clapping for you. Along with all of these, it also produces many things. For example, this is a violin. I play the violin. I've been playing the violin for like, I don't know, 4 years maybe? I don't know, I don't know the math. This is me at my last recital. The posture of a violin, you have to like stand up straight and hold your hands a certain way, and your arms. If not, then you won't be able to play the strings in a more easier way. You also have to, it improves hand and arm coordination, because for every note you play, you have to move the bow and so on and so forth. Also, it improves your ability to multitask and memorize as well, because whenever you're playing a musical piece, you have to look up at your director and make sure you're at the right count, and make sure when cut-ups is specifically cut-ups, that you cut off the right time. So you can look at the director either discreetly or like me. Anyway, it also improves your listening skills, because you're able to listen for things that don't sound right. And if you listen to something that sounds bad, you'll be like this guy right here. It also improves your blood pressure. Well, it reduces it, so it makes you less stressful. It also acts as emotional support for people, and it gives you an opportunity to think more and reflect on the music, and also project your anger, sadness, or even happiness to something more positive. It also helps in your mathematical ability, because it is fractions after all. And it also helps you when you're reading and skimming, because when you're sight reading a piece for the first time, they're not going to stop for you. They're not going to stop for you. You're just going to have to keep going no matter what. But, it also helps you in listening, so you can tune certain things out. So, for example, if you want to hear something from like behind you and you want to tune the rest out, you can do that too. But the biggest benefit of them all are the various means that you can associate with. For example, Beethoven's ones are my favorite because he's deaf. And also the various stock photos that you can make fun of, because you already know your technique, and that's not how you play the violin. In all, I hope you learn a great deal of the benefits that come with playing